Kia ora koutou. Hello, everyone. I'm Paolo Bertolin, the Artistic Director of Marama, New Zealand International Film Festival 2024. Once again, we are continuing our series of interviews with directors whose films are screening at the festival. And today, I'm really glad to have with us the director of the film Explanation for Everything, one of my personal favorites in this year's festival. And so please, we are very pleased to have here with us the director, Gábor Reisz.
Hi, thank you. Thank you
Gábor,
for the nice words.
Gábor, I would like to start this interview, this casual interview, as I did with all the other directors who spoke with us. I would like to ask you to please introduce to the audience your film in your own words, both in terms of its theme or narrative and in terms of the approach that you had towards the film. Thank you so much.
Okay, so Explanation for Everything is a Hungarian independence movie we made in 2022. I mean, the shooting was at 2022. And around that time, and I think it's still, we really want to talk about the present days of Hungary, and especially present the divided country, because it's the atmosphere was so suffocated because of that. So we wanted to make a social drama, but it's not just a social drama, it's maybe a mix, because it's also a coming of age story. So basically, it's about the family, especially the 18 years old son and his father. This relationship, it was really important for me because it's also a little bit personal. And also the third, because it's a multiple story, and the third important character is the teacher of the son, and everything at the center is the final exam of the son. Something like this.
And in terms of your approach, can you tell us a little bit more about the writing? Because I feel that Explanation for Everything is a very special film because of how it creates complex and full-bodied characters and relationships between them. Could you give us some insight on how you write your films, or in particular this film, and you create your characters?
I think it was original for me. The first time that I started this kind of method, that when I start to write, I just write about the character, the main character, the son, called Abel, and I started to write about the day before the final exam, and in first person singular. And I think that was the reason that that this film became more personal, because so my first and second feature movie are super personal, and with this I thought that okay, this will be my first movie which is just a story that we would like to tell to the audience. But in a point, I realized that it's absolutely personal. I started to write about myself when I was 18, and with the father, absolutely the same. And there were, when I started to write about the father, and I realized that I need to repeat a few scenes from another aspect, I realized that okay, this movie in this movie we need to use the Rashomon effect. So it's how we follow this character it's a little bit the style is a little bit documentary, but also how there are chapters in this movie, so it's more dramatic, uh, and yeah, it's another story that that we didn't have money actually, so because we've been rejected by the film fund, so we decided to make this movie in a low budget way. So I think it's, you know, it's we did a lot of decision which was absolutely not unconscious, just there wasn't any other option, something like this.
You mentioned Abel and his father, but then there is at least one or even two key characters. What about the history teacher and the journalist?
With the history teacher, I thought about a lot, one of my best friends, because I really like to use real characters, and of course I mix with and I fictionalize somehow when I write. So something happened like this with the teacher, but for example, the journalist, it's absolutely came from the fiction. Uh, but of course, I know a lot of journalists in Hungary, uh, and I'm sure that the main inspiration, because the journalist is from Transylvania, from Romania, and I'm sure that the reason that I had this idea is that I also teach in Romania, in Cluj. It's in Transylvania, and one of my students inspired me, and actually she was the actress of this character. So yeah. Did I answer well to you, or?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Thank you, Gabor. And can you tell us a little bit more about the background of the production? Because yeah, you mentioned that this is a very independent film, that
Yeah,
this kind of story could not be supported by the National Film Center. That meant that the scale of production was small, and also I
yeah.
guess the timing. How was it, and did that affect in some way the final result?
Um, well, I need to start, I think, from the reject, but when the film fund rejected us, because it was really important that you know, we had this what is this word? We really want to make it somehow, and we, even if we didn't have money, and I'm really lucky because I have one of the best producer. Uh, I'm sure that in Hungary, but maybe all over the world. So, and she also my really best friend. And I met with her at 2006, and and uh, things since that we could build a really good community, which is kind of cruel. So, and it's based on, of course, the DOP, the sound, the set designers. So it was something like this, and we started to talk about how we could do it, and it was the for Julie. Julie is Julie Berkesh is she's the producer. By her, it was the main thing that we have just 20 days for shooting, and the other concept was the crew size was just only 17 people. We didn't use lights. Many people from the crew were absolutely beginner. They never made any movies, not just feature, any short movies. And because of that, the atmosphere during the shooting was really, really friendly, really nice, and also really flexible. We could be really flexible. So because we had to be really fast. And also I made a lot of rehearsal before the shooting. Yeah, and you have to know that in Hungary there is two ways to make movies. The first, of course, funded by the film fund, and these kind of movies are usually period movies about the Hungarian history and something like this. Really political our system, and maybe you can also make comedies in Hungary from normal budget, but the other way is the independent cinema, and it's about the low budget way. There is no other option, so something like this. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Gábor. I just wanted to ask you a final question. I kind of strayed away from the concept of the three questions this time, but
Okay.
I'm very curious for you to share with our audiences a little bit about the title of the film. Why did you decide to call the film Explanation for Everything? I think in Hungarian is something like Magyarázat, mindenre.
Yeah, it's the same title. It's a literal translation. And okay, so I need to explain, even if the title is explanation for everything, because in Hungarian it's called Magyarázat, mindenre. Magyarázat, it's mean explanation, and the word root of this word Magyarázat is magyar, and it's mean Hungarian. And for me, it was really important to use this word because I think it's about a little bit about the present days of Hungary. So I wanted to use in a little bit a tricky way, and also everything. It's for me. It's about the two sides in this bipolar country, the right and the left sides as well, to somehow represent it.
Thank you so much, Gábor. I hope this insight on your marvelous film will help our audiences understand it better, and for those who haven't seen it yet, to invite them to discover it. And I look forward to the next interview with another director in our series. Thank you so much, everyone.
Okay. Thank you, Paolo. Bye.
Bye.